think that pneumatic guns are better than cordless guns because I've used lots of pneumatic guns compared to cordless, and I've found better luck with pneumatic compared to cordless.
Well, I think cordless guns are better. It's the way of the future.
Well, my first claim as to why they're better is the price point. From an article by Pro Trade Craft titled "Pneumatic versus Cordless Nailers, what's the best choice?" They said that it's approximately twice the price when it comes to cordless guns because of the batteries and the gun itself. They're just more expensive because of the parts. And then the second point is the performance. Pneumatic guns are a lot more powerful and it's instant fire versus the delay you get with cordless. Because cordless just don't have the power that a pneumatic does when it comes to LVL and hard material. And then they back my claim in that from an article by Fine Power Tools that pneumatic versus cordless nailers. Then my third point is the runtime. That, I mean, obviously you have infinite runtime on a pneumatic gun plugged into the compressor because there is no batteries. It's just constant airflow. And that they said that a cordless gun can run about 700 shots on a battery, which means you have to replace batteries about 2-3 times a day on a framing crew. And that information came from an article called "Milwaukee Cordless 30-Degree Framing Nailer." It was a review by Rob Rebuilder, reviewed the gun. Then my fourth claim is the durability of them. Cordless guns are not as durable as pneumatics because their housings are plastic. Pneumatic guns are usually made out of magnesium alloy or aluminum. So this means that you can use them as a hammer, which a lot of framers do. You just run with them. And I don't think cordless guns take that abuse. And my information on that, fact check on that came from an article called "Nail Guns: The Difference Between Electric and Pneumatic." They just talked about all the fine parts of a cordless gun. They're good, but they're not as durable because of all the fine parts and plastic housings.
My first point would be noise. Say you're working on a job site, you got other people present. The pneumatic gun, you don't really have to worry about your compressor firing up. And granted, it's pretty quiet when compressors in between cycles, but still have that extra unneeded noise when you can be using pneumatics all day. They're not pneumatics, cordless nailers all day. My second one is cost. I threw that in because in the long run, you probably save some money not buying hoses all the time. The hoses get damaged all the time. Compressors, you leave them outside. Chance that it might freeze a little bit of water in them. And then efficiency of the guns. According to Pro Tool reviews, pneumatic versus cordless, they said that it takes about 6 minutes to fire your first nail with pneumatic gun, whereas with the cordless, it took him roughly 30 seconds before he fired his first nail. Granted, 6 minutes isn't a lot of time, but say you're in a hurry and you don't want to take out all your compressors and stuff for the day, you have that. And as far as maintenance goes on the guns, for cordless guns, really don't have a whole lot of maintenance. I mean, yeah, they have smaller parts in them. You gotta make sure none are breaking or nothing, but pneumatic guns, you gotta make sure your pressure works right, make sure your hoses aren't leaking. That one was backed up by Pneumatic versus cordless nail guns. Immediate power choice. Explain. Yeah.
So on your noise part, a lot of like that's a huge deal with pneumatics because a lot of times you'll have your compressor out of the way to run that hose.
Yeah, I guess. Not turned off. Guess as far as runtime goes, say you're buying a cordless gun, you're gonna have batteries. Hopefully, because all your other cordless tools are gonna be the same brand. You'll do it right. So batteries shouldn't really be an issue there.
But with the runtime, you save a lot of time when you don't have to unplug the dead battery, go plug that battery in, grab a new battery, come back, and it just gets expensive with batteries. But like you said, you have the same tools, tells, you just have infinite runtime. And you never have to change out the plug in once you get it.
That's true, you do.
So with your cost of hoses and such, like you said, uh, hoses, if you get a good hose, they last for a while. And they both have their cons because the battery only has so many charges in it before it starts losing power.
Yeah.
And I ran the numbers and it came out to about, for a year, to run 4 guns, you're going to be spending about $1,200 on batteries. And hoses don't come out to, you don't
Anywhere
spend,
near that, yeah.
you don't spend $1,200 on hoses a year.
Yeah.
Because you can patch them easier and you can't fix batteries, you got a shot, a little shot.
Yeah. Performance, I guess.
Yeah.
Your pneumatic guns, they do have more power. Constant air feed to them.
And the instant fire, you know, on the CD cordless, they, like, the wall guns are run by flat
Yeah,
wheels.
so you got that fan.
The wall guns are better because they have a nitrogen cylinder,
Yeah.
they're faster, but you still have a delay.
Mm-hmm.
And it's, you save a lot of time when you can just set the nail versus having to come back and finishing it with the hammer.
Yeah.
I mean, they're good when they come to softwood, like studs and pine.
Yeah.
But when it comes to
LVLs.
engineered lumber like LVL and LSL, they just have the upper hand.
Yeah.
It saves time in the long run. More efficient that way. A lot faster.
Mm-hmm.
With your maintenance, they talked about it in an article, in the same article as my fourth point, that because of all the small moving parts and everything on the cordless guns, I think the maintenance on pneumatic guns is still less. And the rebuild for pneumatic guns is way cheaper
Yeah.
because way simpler parts. All you have to do is oil them and they last you for a long time. And with your compressor, yeah, you have maintenance on that too, but you buy a nice roll air compressor and change the oil once a year and then you're kind of set. They last you years and years.
Price point, I think we already covered that. Well, we go. Durability. Yeah.
That goes to pneumatic.
Yeah. Of course, it's going to stand up, but I guess as long as you're using your hammer instead of your nail gun,
That's a habit that a lot of framers have. Is
I
that,
know I have that. So,
I mean, you can do it with cordless, but it's just they're built out of plastic housings.
Yeah.
Way more prone to breaking. And another point on the performance-wise too, not just power alone, but the weight.
Mm-hmm.
Cordless gun, especially, which you have a cord, you know, a hose on a pneumatic, there's still a fraction of the weight.
Yeah.
I saw that, or like when you put a bigger battery to get better runtime, you're also adding weights, and there's kind of back and forth there. But like with the pneumatic gun, it weighs what it weighs.
My article, Pro Tool Reviews, Pneumatic versus Cordless, they talked about weights of guns, and cordless gun, I think, came out to like 7 pounds.
Yeah, and then the pneumatic's about 3.
Yeah.
And there's heavier ones than others.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess, like I said, the noise, your 1 point, your noise, most of the time on a framing site, I mean, there's noise anyway.
Yeah.
And a compressor, you kind of just go your line to it. There's a habit that a lot of people do. They can run 4 windows off one compressor, and they'll have a compressor way off.
Mm-hmm.
You don't really hear it.
Yeah.
That's all. So the massive better.
Still think cordless are way of the future. They'll figure out a way to make them lighter.
Yeah, they're getting better.
Yeah.
But, I mean, like I said, Milwaukee came out with their 19 cylinder, which is way faster than the wall guns.
Yeah.
Sanko also has one that pass load. Pass load, though, is cordless, but it runs off of a gas cylinder.
Yeah.
And battery. But yeah, Milwaukee's got a good cordless gun.
Mm-hmm.
They also have a really good pneumatic gun, too.
They've come a long way with the technology, and I think they'll just keep advancing it.
Yeah. I mean, they've really been around for what? Been doing it for 3 years now. And when I started, nobody had them. So, like, in the last 3 years, it really got popular. And DeWalt ones sucked when they came out, and now they're even better. Milwaukee came out there. Sanko's always had one.
I don't know that pneumatic will ever fully get ruled out of the equation, but it's going to be used for so much other stuff.
The number one thing that, like, when it comes to finish nails, cordless is fine because it's not the power and the repetition. But the number one thing is framing.
Yeah.
Just because of the amount, and that's where runtime comes in
Yeah.
to play. The amount of nails that you're shooting, like on crews that I've been on, we've shot 1,500 nails a day, a person, you know. And so the repetition and the power, because with that runtime too, when you're shooting into LVL, it's going to take a lot more juice than it would.
Yeah.
And your runtime's going to be less. So, well, I think that's about it.
I think that's all I got for you. So.